Hello, friends. Scott here from the 50 Week Website Podcast. Super happy to talk to you today on the first of our weekly updates. So, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we're going to come out with a new video. Today is just like an update about the podcast and the business. There's also going to be more educational videos. Like on Wednesday, we're going to have a video about goals, how to set them, how to meet them. And then Friday, we're going to have a tutorial about the company Fiverr, which I use to buy a animation video that you can see on the front page of my website, www.nymathtutor.com. But today we're going to talk about what my weekly expenses are. What all my expenses are for the business, how I plan to make money, and that's kind of the background of this little venture. So I'm not going to go into detail on it on the podcast next week. So if you kind of want to know how do I make money, what is my business plan, this is the podcast for it. Okay, let's get started. So what are my expenses? Well, first let's talk about my fixed expenses that I'm going to have every single month. I use Squarespace to host my website. That's $18 a month. I really like it. It's not quite as intuitive as they make it sound on the commercials, but it's still pretty good. I know WordPress is less expensive. I haven't gotten into that yet, but maybe in the future. I use Aweber for my mailing list. I like them because they do one-step verification, whereas with MailChimp, something like that, they offer free service, but they have to do a two-step verification, and it's just not as good on the analytics, or so I'm told. To host my podcast, I'm using Libsyn. They cost $15 a month for 250 megabytes per month, which should be enough to do my weekly podcast. They also provide statistics and come highly recommended. Can't really give a evaluation yet, as I've just started using them. What else do I pay for each month? Visita is my calendar, my online calendar that I use for scheduling appointments. They also take my payments for me. So if I have a client who has a lesson, they don't have cash, I don't really want to take a check, they can just pay right online with a normal credit card, which is very nice. I think they take 2 or 3%. So I think it's a fair deal. And then finally, I pay for Adobe to do my PDF files. I'm going to be selling enriched PDF files with video, and the best way I found to do that was with Adobe. So I use that for that. So that comes to a total of $92 per month is what I need to cover to make a profit. All right. Variable expenses that I had in the last couple months, I paid $87 for this microphone that you're hearing. It is the ATR 2100 USB. I was told it's nice. The reviews were good. I think the sound's pretty good, so I'm not complaining. It was a little expensive at $87 for the whole setup. What else? I use a recorder for Skype that's add-on. That was $30. I really love the sound quality on that. I've done 4 interviews for the podcast so far, and they've been quite nice. What else do we have? I paid $6 for an animation on Fiverr, which I mentioned earlier. What else do we pay for? Oh, Canva. I like to use Canva to create like all my artwork. I paid $2 for them this week. They have like some of their images cost money, and I paid $2 to help create my the podcast logo. All right. I use Vistaprints for my business cards, and I also made a T-shirt with them with my logo on it. For everything, it was I think $50 for 1,000 business cards and a T-shirt. I went to Staples today to buy some colored paper to hand out flyers. That was $13. So I think in total we're looking at, let's see here, $282. Oh, that includes this, which is a little writing pad. Yeah, it's from Wacom, WACOM. I use this to make all of my math videos. I also use it while I'm tutoring so that they can see what's happening right on the screen. They don't have to look down at my notebook. They can look up. And some of the kids really like to use them themselves, so it keeps them engaged. It was only like $40. A really nice buy, I think. Let's see. So those are all my expenses. So how do I make money? Well, I'm going to have 3 streams of income right now, and then hopefully a couple more later. But what I have going right now is I have 6 ebooks on Amazon. They're like math workbooks. Currently, I make between $10 and $20 a month, which is like nothing. But I don't do any marketing for it. So starting this week, I'm going to start doing marketing and see if I can get those sales to go up. Mecca Osai and I talk on the podcast. You'll be able to hear that in a couple weeks. And I'm going to use his program to hopefully boost the sales of those. So I'm going to focus on Amazon in about 3 weeks is when that podcast will come out. The second stream is from my tutoring, right? So I'm already a tutor, it's my day job. But now that I'm doing the online scheduling, the online billing, and I'm moving into Manhattan rather than just Brooklyn, I'm going to charge more. So for each lesson that I book through the website, I'm going to take $20 out of that money and put it towards the business. And then the rest of it stays for my regular job, right? So that'll be a secondary source of income, but I don't want to count on that long term, right? Because I want the business to take care of itself, not for me physically to have to go out and teach. That's the whole point, okay? But for right now, it pays the bills. And then the third source of income is what I need to focus on this week. So I mentioned I'm doing the Adobe PDFs with the enriched video. So that's for a series of lessons I'm doing for the SHSAT, which is a entrance exam for high schools in New York City. Right? So they'll have questions, then they'll have a video of me explaining the problem, and then more questions, more videos, and it's all in one text, so you don't have to jump back and forth between YouTube. So it should be a nice product. I'm going to have 10 videos with 2 practice tests for $19.95. That is the third revenue source that I'm currently planning. So my goal is for July to make $50 from the videos and $50 from the books to cover my $92 monthly expense. And then anything I get from the tutoring will just go back into the business, maybe in advertising. I'm hoping to do a mailer or advertising through Park Slope Parents next week, and hopefully I'll have some money to do it from that. So those are my expenses. That's where I make the money. That's about it for today. It's Monday. I hope you have a great day, and we will see you on Wednesday with our goals. And if not, check back in on Friday for my review of Fiverr. Let me give you a sneak peek. I love it. Please subscribe. Somewhere there's a button. Hit that button. Subscribe to our videos, and you can check out most of the companies I talked about below in the show notes. I'll have links to my website and some of the others where I got all of these fun gadgets from. All right, we'll talk to you next time. Have a great week. Bye.